You ever try to say headache at the doctor's office and suddenly forget English exists? Yeah. Welcome to Monday English Podcast, where your grammar dies a little, but your confidence comes back louder. This is the place where we drag your English out of hiding, even when you're sick, tired, or just too scared to talk. And today we're going straight to one of the scariest places for your vocabulary, the clinic. Let me guess. You feel sick. You finally decide to see a doctor. You wait. You rehearse what to say. You repeat it 20 times in your head. Then the nurse walks in and says, "What brings you in today?" And your brain replies, "Silence." Maybe a weird smile, maybe the word sick. And that's it. Fluency, gone. Voice, missing. Panic, max level. Here's the truth. You don't need medical English. You need survival English. The stuff that helps when your body hurts and your brain goes blank. That's what we're covering today. First, we'll learn how to describe pain like a pro. Then, how to answer the doctor's questions without sounding like you're guessing on a test. And finally, we'll figure out what to say when the doctor starts giving you fast instructions and you want to say, "Can I Google that?" This is not about perfect grammar. This is about not dying in silence because you couldn't say, "My stomach hurts." You've Googled your symptoms in English before. I know you have. But when's the last time you said them out loud? You don't have to be fluent to be clear. You just need to show up with your messy words and try. So let's do that. Right now. Segment 1 starts with the good stuff. Pain. Yay. Let's speak it loud. You're sitting on that cold, crinkly paper bed, the one that sounds like it's judging you every time you move. The nurse smiles and asks, "What brings you in today?" And somehow your English, your grammar, your vocab, your soul just disappears. Your brain says, "I have a headache." Your mouth says, "Nothing." Or maybe, me, head, not good. Cool. Nailed it. This is what happens when we don't practice pain in English until it hurts less to speak than to stay silent. Let's be honest. Talking about health is hard even in your first language. Now try it in your second. You don't need to be a doctor. You don't need medical English. You need survival English. The kind that helps when your stomach is doing a backflip and you don't know how to say stomachache out loud. So, let's fix that right now. Let's start with the sentence. I have a headache. Headache means your head hurts. Easy. I have a fever means your body feels hot. Not sexy hot. Sick hot. Got it? I have a sore throat means it hurts when you talk or swallow. And I have a stomachache means your belly is angry. Not hungry. Angry. These 4 will take you far. No one needs to hear your life story. They need simple words that make sense fast. Now let's talk about the difference between hurt and pain. Both are fine, but let's keep it clear. My back hurts means your back is giving you trouble. It's short and real. I feel pain in my back is more formal. Same idea. More words. Use whatever comes faster. But say something, because pointing and groaning, not great communication. Here's a quick word, sharp. It means the pain feels fast and strong, like a knife. Dull is the opposite. It's slow and deep, like pressure. The pain is sharp, or the pain is dull. Both help the doctor understand what you're feeling. On and off means the pain comes and goes. Constant means it never stops. Example, I have a constant headache. That sentence will help more than, my brain is broken. Although, relatable. Now the doctor might ask, when did it start? Here's how to answer. It started yesterday. It started this morning. Or it started 2 days ago. No need to say the exact minute. This isn't a crime report. Keep it simple. Keep it clear. And for the love of language, say it out loud a few times before your next appointment. Because knowing it in your head doesn't count if your mouth forgets. Let's pause here for a sarcastic reality check. You still say, "I'm fine, thank you," like a robot, but you can't say, "My leg hurts"? Fix that. Here's a bonus phrase. It hurts right here. Simple. Direct. Use your hand to show the place. English plus pointing? Magic. This isn't an exam. It's survival. Use all the tools, words, hands, even weird facial expressions if it helps. Let me guess, your favorite excuse is, but I'm not sure if it's the right word. Great. So you'll just suffer in silence instead? Look, maybe it's not the perfect word. Who cares? Say something. It's better to sound wrong than be in pain and mute. Now take your tiny action task. Say 3 sentences about pain in front of the mirror. Out loud, like you mean it. Say, I have a stomachache. Say, it started yesterday. Say, it hurts right here. Then breathe. You just practiced real-life English, not textbook garbage. Next up, the doctor actually talks back. Yeah, real questions. Real panic. Let's learn how to answer them without sounding like we've been hit on the head. Segment 2 starts now. Let's keep going. You survived the waiting room. You described your pain. Great. But now the doctor walks in and suddenly you forget how to speak like a human. They ask one simple question. When did it start? And your brain starts screaming, why is this man talking so fast? Instead of answering, you smile, nod, and say something between yes and banana. That's okay. We've all been there. But let's fix it, because you don't need big grammar. You need honest answers that make sense when you're half dead and full of fear. Let's start with time. The doctor will probably ask, when did it start? Easy. Just think, when did the problem begin? You can say, it started this morning. That means today, early. It started yesterday is clear too. Or it started 2 days ago. That's it. That's it. It's all you need. Simple past. No drama. Just say when the problem came. Next question. Have you taken anything? That means, did you take medicine? You can say, yes, I took medicine. Or, no, I didn't take anything. Notice how we use took, the past of take. If you want to be specific, say, I took aspirin or I took paracetamol. Don't worry about the long names. If you can't remember, say, I took a pain pill. That's enough. If you didn't take anything, just be honest. You're not being graded. This is not a test. It's your health. Sometimes the doctor will press on a part of your body and ask, does it hurt here? Please don't just smile. Answer. Say, yes, a little. Or yes, a lot. If it's not bad, say, not really. If it comes and goes, say, sometimes. These are real words that help a lot. Let's break them down. A little means small pain. Example, it hurts a little. A lot means strong pain. It hurts a lot. Not really means maybe a tiny bit, but no pain. Sometimes means the pain is not always there. Clear, short, honest. That's what we want. Here's one more tip. If you don't understand the question, don't panic. Say, can you explain that again? Or what does that mean? You are allowed to ask. You are a patient, not a walking dictionary. Asking for help is smart, not stupid. The doctor wants to help you, but you need to help them understand you. So speak, even slowly, even badly. Speak. Let's take a second for a reality check. You learned photosynthesis in school, but not I took paracetamol. Lovely. Now let's be real. Many learners freeze not because they don't know the words, but because they think their answer must be perfect. Newsflash. Doctors don't need perfection. They need information. If your answer is short and clear, that's enough. They don't care if your grammar is shaky. They care if you're dying or not. And if you are, please don't waste time trying to sound academic. Say what hurts, when it started, and what you did. That's the job. Sometimes you'll forget the exact word. So what? Use your hands. Point. Make a face. Say here and show them. You are a full human being, not just a mouth. Use your body to speak when your brain quits. Now let's imagine this. You're in the room. The doctor says, what have you taken? You panic. But today you say, I took pain medicine. That's it. Look at you. Still alive, still speaking, and the world didn't explode. Progress. Let's say the doctor gives a long sentence you don't get. It happens. Don't nod like you understood. Say, sorry, can you say that again? Or can you write it down? That small moment of honesty might save your life, or at least save you from taking the wrong pill at the wrong time. Let your fear take a seat. Your voice goes first. Now your tiny action task. Record yourself answering 2 doctor questions. When did it start? And what have you taken? Just speak. No perfect grammar, no dictionary, just your real answer in your real voice. Next, the doctor starts explaining what to do. Pills, rules, warnings. It's fast, it's scary, and you need to understand. Let's get ready for that in segment 3. Keep going. You're doing better than you think. The doctor has asked you questions. You've survived the pain talk. You've said when it started. Great. But now the doctor starts speaking fast. Too fast. You hear take this twice a day, or maybe with food, or was it don't eat food? You nod, smile, leave the room, and realize you understood nothing. Now you're home, holding pills and hoping they're not for dogs. This, my friend, is the moment where your English needs to work. Not to impress, just to survive. Let's go step by step. First, instructions. Most doctors use simple words for this, but even simple sounds scary when your brain is tired. You might hear, take 1 pill after meals. Let's break it. Take means put it in your mouth and swallow. 1 pill is clear. After meals means take it after eating, not before. Eat first, pill second. Another common one is before bed. That means at night, right before you sleep. So take 1 pill before bed means just that. Don't overthink it. It's not poetry. It's medicine. Now here's a tricky one. Twice a day. Twice means 2 times. So take this twice a day means maybe morning and evening. Simple, but important. Forgetting this can turn your flu into a horror story. If you hear once a day, that means 1 time. Maybe only in the morning. Maybe at night. 1 and done. Easy. If the doctor says 3 times a day, that's called a schedule from hell. But yes, it happens. Just don't guess. Guessing is not brave. It's dangerous. Sometimes the doctor gives advice, not just pills. You'll hear things like, don't eat spicy food. That means your favorite hot wings are now illegal. Don't exercise too hard. So maybe skip your gym dreams for a few days. Drink more water. No, coffee doesn't count. Water. The clear stuff. One new word here is spicy. It means hot in taste, like chili. Example, spicy food hurts my stomach. Another one is exercise. That means moving your body to stay strong, like running, dancing, or walking fast. Example, I exercise every morning, except when I don't. The doctor may also say, come back in 1 week. That means return in 7 days. Same place, same room. Or they might say, if it gets worse, call us. Gets worse means your body feels more sick, not better. So if your pain grows or you get new symptoms, don't wait. Make the call. It's better to check than to suffer. Again, now let's deal with the most dangerous English phrase ever. Okay. You say okay to everything, even when you don't understand. Why? Because you're tired? Nervous? Too polite to say what? Cute? But also useless. Let's fix that. If the doctor says something and you don't get it, just say, sorry, can you write that down? Most doctors will. And if they don't, ask again. You are not annoying. You are trying to stay alive. Repeat after me. Can you write that down? Or can you say that again? These are magic. Use them. Here's another phrase you need. I don't understand. So basic. So brave. Say it with your full voice. Don't whisper. Don't laugh after. Just say it. The doctor will slow down, maybe change the words, maybe explain with hands. Good. Let them. You're the patient. You're allowed to be confused. What you're not allowed to be is silent and lost. Let's pause for a sarcastic reality check. Saying okay to instructions you didn't understand is not mature. It's a shortcut to disaster. Now let's get real. Doctors talk fast. Not because they hate you, but because they have 10 patients waiting. Your job is not to understand everything. Your job is to catch the important parts. Pills, time, food, warnings. If the doctor says something long and complicated, ask for the short version. Say, "Can you say that simply?" Or, "Can you give an example?" You're not stupid. You're smart enough to ask. Also, take notes. Seriously. Bring a small notebook or use your phone. After the visit, write down what you remember. 2 pills after lunch. No spicy food. Return next Tuesday. Even if your grammar is bad, writing helps your brain keep the message. Don't trust your memory, especially when it's dizzy and sick. Trust your pen or notes app. Let's practice one. You walk out of the room. What should you know? Take 1 pill before bed. No coffee. Call if you feel worse. That's it. Not complicated. But when your brain is swimming in English, even no coffee feels like a crime. So practice now. Say these aloud like you're giving advice to your sick best friend. Say, "Take this with food." Say, "Don't eat spicy food." Say, "Come back in 1 week." That's how you make these phrases stick. Sometimes you'll get a paper with the instructions. That's your treasure. Read it slowly. Highlight keywords. Use Google Translate if you must, but don't live in it. And please, please don't say "I'll look it up later," because you won't. You'll forget. You'll go home, you'll guess. And that's how accidents happen. Be present. Ask questions now. Repeat what you hear. Say it again to the nurse. Confirm it. Be annoying. Be sure. Now your tiny action task. Say 3 common doctor instructions out loud, like you're giving advice to someone else. Up next, the truth bomb. Because just memorizing words won't save you in a real clinic. What you need is practice. And we're about to talk about the ugly, honest part no textbook dares to touch. Let's hit the real talk interlude. Oh, so you thought your English would magically appear at the doctor's office? That somehow, in your weakest, sweatiest, most confused moment, your brain would suddenly remember perfect grammar, big words, and polite questions? Cute, really. But let's be clear, that fantasy is a lie. Fluency doesn't show up when you need it. It shows up because you practiced when you didn't. You keep saying, "I'll be okay in the moment." No, you won't. You'll smile. You'll nod. You'll leave with medicine for someone else's disease. Why? Because you never practiced speaking in ugly, uncomfortable, real-life situations. You learned verbs and vocabulary like they were puzzle pieces. But language is not a puzzle. It's a performance. And you've skipped all your rehearsals. You freeze in English not because you're stupid, not because you're lazy, but because you avoid awkwardness like it's fire. You avoid saying things out loud because you sound weird. So what? Sound weird now? Get better later. That's the deal. If you wait until you're ready, you'll still be waiting when you're 80 and can't remember why you went to the clinic in the first place. Let's talk about what actually helps. Shadowing. Yes, like a weird little parrot. Watch doctor videos. Pause. Repeat. Use real lines. Say them out loud again and again until they stop feeling like lines and start feeling like yours. You think it's embarrassing? Try being in pain and not able to say, "It started yesterday." That's embarrassing. Practice is not shameful. Silence is. I get it. It's scary to look dumb in front of a doctor. But you know what's scarier? Not getting help because your mouth refused to work. You're not a machine. You need warm-up. You need reps. You need to mess up in a safe place before you speak in the real one. Say it wrong now so you can say it right when it counts. That's how this works. You don't grow fluency in a crisis. You grow it in your room, alone, talking to yourself like a weirdo with a purpose. So here's your tiny task. Search Doctor Visit English on YouTube, shadow 2 videos, twice each, out loud. And then, come back. Because next we're building your personal fluency plan. Not fake fluency. Real life, awkward-proof English. Let's go. So let's breathe. If you made it this far, you've walked through the full clinic chaos and survived. You've learned how to say your pain without sounding like a lost alien. You've practiced answering those fast doctor questions without panicking like you're in a game show. And you've listened to all the instructions. The pills, the don'ts, the scary come back in 1 week, without nodding your head while your brain took a nap. That's progress. Real progress. Not perfect, but loud, messy, honest progress. Let's go over it one more time. In part 1, you learned how to describe what hurts. I have a headache. My stomach hurts. Easy phrases. Big difference. You also learned the gold rule. Saying stomach hurt is fine. Saying nothing is worse. In part 2, we got brave. You practiced how to answer when the doctor talks. Not just with yes or maybe, but with clear words. It started yesterday. I took medicine. Can you explain that again? And in part 3, you faced the big boss. Instructions. You stopped saying okay when you didn't understand. You said, can you write it down? Like the smart human you are. That's the English that matters, not Shakespeare. Just survival. Now here comes the truth you didn't ask for but need to hear. Fluency doesn't fall from the sky when you feel sick. If your plan is, I'll speak better next time, then spoiler alert, there won't be a next time if you never actually practice. Your favorite excuse, but I'm shy, is not cute anymore. It's a wall you built yourself. Time to knock it down. Nobody becomes confident by hiding. You become confident by showing up and sounding weird until you don't anymore. So here's your tiny task today. Pick one line from this episode, just one, and say it out loud 5 times. Look in the mirror if you're feeling dramatic. Whisper if you must. But speak. Don't just think about it. Don't just nod. Speak. And while we're here, let's make a deal. If this episode helped even one part of your English feel more useful, share it. Not because we begged, because someone else out there also panics in clinics and needs to hear this truth. Send it to your classmate who still thinks, I am fine. Thank you is a complete personality. Or to that one friend who's been learning English for 10 years and still freezes when the doctor asks, when did it start? Subscribe to Monday English Podcast so you don't miss what's next. This is not your grammar class. This is your Get Through Life in English training ground. We'll be back with more brutal truths, weird examples, and English you can actually use. Keep speaking, even when it sucks. Especially when it sucks. That's how you win. See you next time.